I am going to share with you my top 10 takeaways. First of all, I really enjoyed this class. Thank you so much, Dr. Larson, for everything. Thank you to my PLC teams, 1 and 2, for sharing your personal experiences in your career. Whether you are a teacher in the classroom or just starting your career, I was able to learn from each and every one of you. And I really enjoyed myself, and I hope you did the same. And let's get to it. Okay, so the first takeaway, sorry for all the jumping. The first takeaway is the hands-on material. And so the tier behavior model, I was able to use the tier behavior model in my my second IEP meeting. Well, it was a permission to test IEP meeting, but the person that I actually did my tier behavior model on got his mom requested a meeting to test him, and so I was able to pull that data and use it in my meeting. And this is my first year as a special ed teacher in pre-K, so it made me look very, very organized and professional. So that's my first takeaway. My second takeaway is what we just finished, the differentiated lesson plan. I definitely learned so much. Paying attention to detail. That's what I like. I need to pay attention to detail when I'm planning out my lessons, so that I could be prepared and take preventative measures if need to be, and be able to allow all my special needs students, all the students in the classroom, but especially my special needs students, to have access to the curriculum. The third takeaway is the cooperative learning lesson plan for co-teaching in Chapter 5 and the roles and responsibilities that are discussed. I have a co-teacher this year, and this is her first year teaching, and so I plan to introduce that cooperative teaching lesson plan to her. So hopefully I'll be able to implement that in my classroom. The fourth takeaway is the multicultural background consideration. I didn't consider that because the schools that I've been a part of have been predominantly African American. So considering different ethnic backgrounds or multicultural backgrounds in my lesson plans, even if I'm trying to teach students about their environment and the community, is something that I need to work on. So that was brought to my attention. The UDL, the Universal Designs for Learning, I love that term. This was my first time learning about that term in our textbook. I love it. I love all the nuggets that it left us, like the little crumbs and the little snippets, saying, here's how you can implement this. This is what strategies you can use here. This is what this means, and this is the elaboration about this. I love that because that makes me feel like all students, no matter what, can learn. So the Universal Design for Learning, excellent, and I plan to learn more about that technique. The IRIS modules taught me about classroom management and the different types of disruptive behaviors, that not all disruptive behaviors actually disrupt the entire class. And so some of the techniques that were discussed in the modules, I didn't even take in consideration. So the planned ignoring, I did it because I'm a mom, but I didn't even know that was an actual term. A higher form of redirection. My time is running out, so let me hurry up. The Google Docs, the learning the difference between equality and equity. That there are other teachers that actually love teaching out there. And the last but not least, this class taught me about my specific profession as a special education teacher overall. I'm going to use this textbook as a resource. I'm going to use everything I learned as a resource, the modules as a resource. So I have to wrap this up, but those are the 10 takeaways that I have, and I hope you guys have a successful career moving forward, and I hope you enjoyed the class just as well as I did. Have a good one.